Welcome back to the AL.com Film Room. I'm Matt Scalici here with John Parker Wilson. We're going to be taking a look at Alabama's 43-37 loss to Ole Miss and what went wrong in this game and what maybe left some encouraging signs for Alabama fans in this game. If you had to break this down to one thing that Alabama didn't do right in this game, what lost them this game?
I think it's pretty simple. It's the 5 turnovers. You can't ever expect to win a game turning the ball over 1 or 2 times, but if you are -5 in the turnover battle, it's almost impossible to win. They did a good job of fighting back and trying to scratch and claw in the game, but the deficit, giving them the ball in the red zone so many times, was just insurmountable.
Well, we mentioned, this is an offense obviously that was not taking care of the ball in this game. They looked at times like they didn't quite know what they're doing out there, what their identity was supposed to be. When you look at this game, especially on offense for Alabama, what can you take away from it positive from this performance?
Well, I think that was the one thing Coach Saban stressed during training camp, and that was we're trying to find a quarterback that didn't turn the ball over. Obviously, he still has some ways to go on that, but I think we saw Coker come in after being benched and do some really good things. He showed some poise like he did in the first game against Wisconsin, showed a great ability to run the ball, so maybe taking some of the stress out of the run game with Derrick Henry and Kenyon Drake, being able to go the zone read a little bit more, and then developing some play actions after that.
Well, let's take a look at a few plays from this game where the offense seemed to have some things figured out a little bit. We're going to see a couple of plays in here from Richard Mullaney, the transfer wide receiver, who really had a pretty good game against Ole Miss.
Yeah, I think he had a great game, running the slot, getting open, and just it seems like he's on a really good page with the quarterback right here. Cooper Bateman's in the game. We kind of have a double coverage for the outside, and we'll see Mullaney just try to find a good, clean, solid zone right here. So we got 2 defenders on the outside. Mullaney does a good job of being right on time with Cooper Bateman, who delivers a really good ball. But, it gets down to the 1-yard line, couldn't stick it in for the touchdown. But I think showing Mullaney how he's evolved in this offense in such a short time, a very veteran player, and doing a good job of finding that zone. It's so easy for a receiver just to run up here and to get himself covered. Does a good job of working away from the defender, giving Cooper Bateman a good easy lane to throw the ball, and then make it a tough catch right here in traffic. Okay, so later in the game, right before the end of the first half, Coker's in the game. We see the same coverage that we just saw Mullaney beat. He's going to beat it again. We're going to double the outside once again. And something that we talked about last week that Alabama is going to have to be good, and they are, is running these quick screen games. The best thing Coker does right here is throw him a good catchable ball. It allows him to catch the ball going this way. All his momentum is going towards the goal line. So when he meets the defender one-on-one at the goal line, he has the ability to be in an athletic position and decide to go over the top. Does a great job of making a wonderful move, blew the internet up. One of the highlights of the game right here is definitely Mullaney making plays after he catches the ball. Once again, the kind of a blown defense. We've got a one-on-one while they're double covering the outside receiver. The nickel guy kind of gets lost. Good ball, great move to show some athleticism, score the touchdown.
One thing you mentioned earlier, John Parker, the ability for Jake Coker to run with the ball, take some of that pressure off of the running backs in this game. This is probably one of his highlights for sure from this game.
Yeah. Okay, and let's look at the situation. We're down 17-3 right here, 2-minute drill going into half. Don't want to go into the locker room down 14 points. It's 3rd down and 10. It's tough enough for an offense to convert this. Does a great job of avoiding pressure right here, staying in the pocket, trying to keep his eyes downfield, quick little pump fake, and now we got to make a play. So the play breaks down, and just a heady play by Coker right here, making the guys miss, getting upfield, putting his body on the line. I think this is what we're going to have. It's going to be not the orthodox, throw the ball downfield. You can see him trying to work. They've got so many guys dropped out in coverage, and that's why it's so hard on 3rd and 10 to move the chains. That's why you try to stay 3rd and 4 and move the ball on 1st and 2nd downs. It doesn't happen here. Doesn't make a mistake by throwing a pick, and just does a good job of running upfield, getting a tough first down, kind of showing his teammates is, hey, we're here to play. Doesn't matter how far we're down. We're gonna try to scratch this one out. All right, this is a red zone run pass option where we can hand it to the running back or pull it and look for Mullaney underneath. Coker immediately is going to look at this blitzing linebacker. He sees him and knows that the running play is essentially dead. As soon as he blitz, he's unblocked, so he's going to eat up the run play. That's dead. He's going to decide to pull it and then evaluate what is his best option, to throw it underneath or to pull it down and run it. Obviously, we're running out of territory pretty quick. So we'll see Mulaney gets to the sideline, and by the time Coger's ready to throw, it's almost too late. He'll run out of bounds or throw it out of bounds. Does a good job of pulling it down, making a quick decision, and then just giving up his body right here for the touchdown. Does a good job of fighting and put it in a big point of the game when we're down by 20 points.
So, John Parker, Alabama finds themselves, again, similar to last year with this early season loss. Emotionally, what do they need to do to bounce back from this thing? Where is their mindset right now as a team?
Well, you have to bounce back quick. Louisiana Monroe's coming to town, and they've shown in the past that they're not scared to come to Tuscaloosa and get the job done. I think Alabama's at a crossroads right now. Last year, it happened early. Ole Miss beat us early, ended up making the college playoffs. So the season's not over. It's time to go back, watch the game tape, make some adjustments, and get better. I think we showed signs of life there at the end of the game, definitely in the second half. Eliminate the turnovers, eliminate the mistakes. I think we can move in the right direction. The defense is still playing good, and I think Coker definitely showed some signs of brightness there at the end of the game.